Hello and welcome to Retro Americana. I'm your host, Jeremy Scott. Got Greg Bilby back this week. Yo, we're gonna have a little basketball reminiscence, and he's got some cool stuff. He always brings, cool stuff. Mainly today, though, on this segment of the show, we're gonna have a lot to do with toys and stuff. But up first, I wanted to show you some footage I found from East Germany from 1989. I guess it was a dance craze that was sweeping the East German youth. Check this out. There they are, you crazy little weird East German kids, ya. All right, that's enough of them. We'll check back on them throughout the season. Up first, kids, we're gonna have, well, actually all four of the toy commercials that we're gonna have are from Gilbert Toy Company, which no longer exists. They began in 1909 and they wrapped things up in 1967. So up first, and they're best known, and this is what we're gonna play first, for coming up with the Erector set. All right, get your minds, I know what you're thinking, get your minds out of the gutter. That is inappropriate, and it's not very mature. Thank you. Sorry. The Erector set. Ralphie, you want to take care of that for me? Moving on. The Erector set. Aha! You learned. The Erector set, totally cool. Absolutely cool. I wish I had one. I wish I had one right now, because if I had one right now, I wouldn't be doing this show. I'd be putting that sucker together going, this is so cool. It was a really great toy that combined fun and education, because it kind of taught you creative thinking, how things work. I mean, there's moving parts. The camera works cool on this. It's just a cool commercial. And I think if they were to re-release the Erector set nowadays, I think it'd be a complete bomb. Because I think all kids are really interested in nowadays, and outside of sports or whatever, is playing kill games on the console, the video console, the thing with the killing and I just don't get into that. I think it's kind of what James Townsend and I were talking about a couple episodes ago or whatever, kind of the dumbing down of America. So check this out, the Erector set from 1963, Gilbert Toy Company, yo.
No, I don't usually think of it as a toy.
The all-new Gilbert Erector set.
It's more like a whole world, I guess. You know what I mean.
Color in Erector, new for '63. Shaped parts that give a solid, enclosed 3D look, new for '63. The Powermatic hoist. The Powermatic motor. The control panel with forward and reverse. The conveyor belt, new for '63. Plug-in power, and the most remarkable advance in Erector sets since Gilbert decided to make them. The fully automatic Powermatic programmer, which brings exclusive automation to Gilbert Erector sets in 1963. The all-new Gilbert Erector sets in these all-new 1963 packages, worthy of the precious tools they hold.
All right, up next, we got more Gilbert toy action from 1963. The chemistry set. God, man, they came out with some cool stuff. I mean, this is a big sucker. It's got a case, it opens up. Got all these different chemicals. You can make your own plastics. Man, that is totally rad. And if I had it, it was probably a good thing that I can't get a hold of one of those Gilbert Toy Company chemistry sets, because I'd find a way to blow myself up. Either accidentally or on purpose. Either way, I go blow up. And, if they were to re-release, well, there'd be no way that they could re-release the Gilbert Toy Company chemistry set or something like it, because of two reasons. Number one, somebody would figure out a way to make meth with it. And number two, somebody would figure out a way to make meth with it. So check this out, totally cool, the chemistry set, yo!
There's no sense in knowing something unless you understand it.
The all-new, completely different Gilbert chemistry sets, with a volcano that erupts, a fire extinguisher you make yourself.
Fun is when you're making something.
The chemistry of plastics. You make plastic. Mold plastic. Play with plastic.
Fun is doing something you never knew you could do.
The chemistry of color. Make your own paints. Paint your own picture. Analyze color in your Electrochem rotor.
Fun is doing something useful around the house.
Electroplating in a tank or by brush. Using the electric plug-in black light to discover the strange results. Brand new chemistry, brand new packages. There's fun in Gilbert Chemistry for 1963.
All right, up next, kids, we have Autorama, which is another great, I don't know how they went out of business. It's another great Gilbert Toy Company toy. These things are awesome. I had something kind of sort of similar like it in the early to mid 80s, something like that. It had a wire that went to the track, and you pulled on the trigger, and the further back you pulled on the trigger, the faster the cars would go. So you kind of had to, on the turns, you had to kind of let up a little bit, otherwise it just go right off the track. And I always remembered that it kind of smelled funny after a while, kind of that electric burning smell. It always kind of tripped me out. But Autorama is totally cool. It has a lap counter, and there's actually a commercial that kind of segues in. It's more than just Autorama. There's a horse racing game that kind of follows this. Totally cool, man. Check it out, Autorama. Oh, and by the way, the music is awesome on this, and like all the other commercials you've seen, the camera works pretty cool too. So check it out.
And this is just the beginning. The action, the go, the fun of miniature racing with a completely new, full line of Autorama accessories, featuring the exclusive new Gilbert Jump Chicane. Watch. In slow motion, it's up and go. And check these accessories. Gilbert's official automatic timer, controlled by the car. Dual lap counter. A full assortment of the strongest, most powerful, most durable, longest-lasting cars on the miniature roads today. Watch them go. Over the hump bridge, past the grandstand, through the intersection, and straight back up to the Gilbert Jump Chicane. Only this time it's up, and in midair, the cars change lanes. These exciting Autorama features are housed in dramatic new Autorama packages, like this. But before we leave the track, look what else is coming down. These exclusive lively trotters and sulkies, which we feature in another brand new Gilbert racing game. Name? Harness Racing. Age group? Unlimited.
Man, just the camera work and everything on these commercials were just great. I mean, it's not as good as, you know, the camera work on this show. You get it? Because the camera never moves or anything, and it's real simple. Okay, we got cereal time, kids. This is a Kellogg's Variety Pack. I'm gonna go with like late 50s on this, something like that. I talked to my dad about it. I saw him earlier today, and he said, oh yeah, I remember that. So it might have been the first time that, I couldn't find out, but it might have been the first time that the Variety Pack happened, because you can get them now. I mean, you know, I remember as a kid having the Variety Pack, and it was cool. You get little Cocoa Pebbles, maybe with some little Fruit Loops, and maybe the Corn Flakes, which were always eaten last because they didn't have any sugar in them. So check it out.
Family like an assortment of breakfast cereals? Well, just for variety, why don't you try the convenient assortment? Kellogg's Variety Pack. 9 cereals to choose from, 10 individual servings. Kellogg's Variety Pack.
Kellogg's best to you.
All right, kids, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we got Greg Bilby, and we got some basketball. Yo.